Hi, everyone. My name is James. I'm the founder and the CEO of DFG. So DFG is a 10 years old crypto investment firm. We invest into all kind of layer one protocols, ecosystem, as well as crypto equity project as well. So today my topic is about chain abstractions. The headline sounds a little bit crazy, but this is what I believe is there won't be any Web3 future without chain abstractions. So first, let's take a look at how internet works. We can see from the graph, before 2000s, actually in the time period between 1980 to 2000, there doesn't have much growth of the internet at all. And after 2000, we can see the real massive adoption of the internet. And nowadays everyone's using internet. What's really make the difference here is, if we compare to the technology we have in 1990 and the technology we have right now. In 1990, the internet is only used by a bunch of academics, a bunch of researchers. It's not really widely used by other peoples. And in the past 30 years, we have made great improvement on all different 5 aspects on the internet. For example, on the user interface, we have browsers, apps right now. On the content and data management, we have web, CDNs. On the navigations, we have domains, DNS, and data transfer and network protocols. We have TCP, IP. Also, we have new kind of network infrastructure, for example, like 5Gs. Overall speaking, all these kind of change and the improvement we make on the internet, brings us the massive adoption of the internet. So going back a little bit, so actually I think what I believe the crypto right now is kind of like the stage we have in 2000. So we are about to enter into a massive adoption state of crypto if we do everything right. This is the how crypto, I want to do a little bit like a histories, reviewing about the crypto space. We have Bitcoin birth in 2009. We have a bunch of altcoins birth afterwards. We have, I think one important milestone is the existence of Ethereum back to 2015. There's a bunch of new, also layer one protocols, birth after the birth of Ethereum in the past few years. Some of the cryptocurrency doing well, some of cryptocurrency doing not well. They even died. But overall speaking, we believe we are about to enter into a multi-chain, world in the crypto space. But on a user perspective, this is very, very hard to handle. So how could newcomers into the crypto space to own this cryptocurrency, to own the cryptocurrency this guy wants? This is going to be a challenge. So what they will choose first is a very clear and obvious solution: centralized exchange. It's very easy to use. You can deposit funds into the centralized exchange. You can withdraw the crypto into a centralized exchange. You can actually trading one cryptos to another crypto in the centralized exchange. You have, I think, very easy access, good kind of functionalities, and kind of good user experience in the centralized exchange. A centralized exchange is actually the first version of the chain abstractions, right? But is that reliable enough for people to use, and whether that's the ultimate solution for our industry? I don't think so. There's a few risks we will have when we use the centralized exchange. One clear and obvious risk is, basically you are custody your money to a third party. Whether that third party is reliable to kind of handling your money is a problem. We can see from the very beginning, from the existence of the centralized exchange to nowadays, almost every year, you got a lot of centralized exchange get hacked, right? Some of the centralized exchange can recover the fund and return the money back to you. Some of cannot. So that creating risk for you. You are giving your tokens, your asset, your cryptos to a centralized party to custody. Although it's easy to use, but whether you want to take that risk is a big problem for you. Also, I think more importantly, kind of centralized exchange is, to some certain degrees, is contradict to the core value or core thesis of the cryptos. I think there are probably two core value, core thesis of cryptos if we take a look at the birth of the cryptocurrency. The first is people should custody their own asset. In the traditional world, we usually give our money to the banks, to the brokers, to custody our asset there. But one of the core value of cryptos, you own your own asset, you own your own money. This is important. The second is, we want some kind of asset with a consensus we all agree on, instead of one centralized, institution or even one single person can decide what the asset will be in the future. So I think the centralized exchange do solve the second problem, because no matter what you trade on the centralized exchange, for example, you buy Ethereum, you still own Ethereum on that exchange. So the second point is not a problem, but the first one, we are still going to deposit our asset, our fund, to the third party. So this, I don't think that's the ultimate solution. So when we take a look at the Web3 thesis and Web3 values, or crypto thesis, crypto values, I think there are 5, whether that's decentralization, permissionless, transparency, trustless, incentive alignment, and the others. I think that's all linear to the things I want to discuss, and also the topic talked before. Centralized exchange is not the ultimate solution. Self-custody is actually the solution for that. I want to quote a famous saying by our portfolio ledger: not your keys, actually not your tokens. So this is important. And we firmly believe with more people understand or value the core things of the cryptos, then we will see the growth of centralized custody, more in the future. And I firmly believe there will be more on-chain activities as well. And I think in the next 3 to 5 years, we can potentially see the DEX trading volume exceed the DEX trading volumes at that time. But that gives us another question. How would the users, especially newcomers to cryptos, to do self-custody? It's extremely hard. It's not easy to use. It's going to be a tough job for us to solve. So that's how chain abstraction comes into place. Chain abstraction actually help drive massive adoption by enabling self-custody and solve the interoperability cross-blockchain ecosystem. We have, as I explained before, we have a multi-chain world. I think Ethereum is doing a very, very good job right now, but there are still other protocols. If we only check about the TVL data, I just checked the data, by the way, this morning, we see probably overall, all the network combined, we have $112 billion TVL, and Ethereum really dominant market have $63 billion TVL. It's more than 50%. But my point is, if you take a look at the entire, crypto space, there are more than 40% TVLs elsewhere, and these kind of liquidities are just, being deposited by different protocols. So, and these kind of protocols are more like the isolated island, and how to solve the problem is really the key here. So fragmentations actually cause frictions, and more importantly, degraded the user experience. This is very, very important. And let's take a look how, we have, if we don't have chain abstraction, it probably spending me at least 5 to 10 minutes to explain this graph to a newcomer to the cryptos, and how would you do that? So this is going to be extremely hard, and no users will kind of have the patience to listen to that. Instead, they may just use centralized exchange to do their things they want in the crypto space, to trade or to do custody. So we have to improve this. So what chain abstraction do is going to make blockchain technology invisible to the end user. So instead of the users, developer trying to solve the problems, we need to have the middleware and the protocol infrastructure to handle these cross-chain complexities to solve the problem. So how how we solve the problem, then we have the chain abstraction stack, whether that's on permission layer, solver layer, or settlement layer. We have all great tech stack, which will do great improvement, which will change things. So this is how it looks like. So instead of having the user or developers to do all these kind of crazy activity, may spending half hour to do that, we have a very, very simple solutions. We just need to create a wallet, generate private keys, fund away USDC, and swap it for whatever token you want. And it will be simple and straightforward. But we have to let the middleware and infrastructure do the difficult work, and thus our users will have a very, very good and experience. Then they will do self-custody and putting their activity on chain. So this is how why chain abstraction is important to our industry. And some people may ask, you mentioned about a certain TV, a really dominant market. Why would I need this? And is that a big enough market? But when I check the data of the cross-chain activity, I'm pretty shocked. I mean, the number is even bigger than I thought. For the last month's, cross-chain volume, it's actually $60 billion. It's a crazy amount of asset has been due on the cross-chain last month. And I think we have also see the growth of the cross-chain activities. So if we analyze that, $60 billion is $700 billion a year. So it could easily cross $1 trillion if we see the growth of the cross-chain activity. So it's not a small market anymore, it's a big market. We have to kind of value this. So, and what is the chain abstractions? People I think whether that's ready or not. You talk a lot about ideas, whether any people is building it. Here's all the projects are really working on it. I mean, for sure, some of them are actually DFG portfolios. We have Near working very well on the permission layer. We have Uniswap X working very well on the solver layer. We have layer 0, wormholes, Axler working very well on the settlement layer. They're all kind of like projects actually already notice the importance of chain abstraction. People are just working on it. So the conclusion, I think this is straightforward. What I believe, chain abstraction is going to be one of the most important infrastructure in Web3 since the birth of the blockchain and cryptos. So what we do, as I shared from the beginning, what we do is we do investment. We do supporting good founders, good teams, building good technology, and good products. So what we want to say is like we are here to kind of invest into good project. So if you have any ideas, product about chain abstraction, we are happy to talk to the investment and partnership after this presentation. Okay, finally, a final conclusion. Now I think it's the right time to onboarding the next billion users for real. Thank you very much.